Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 Conclave as Scotland. In our last episodes, we declared war for Sweden. We invited a claimant and granted him some land. And that war is going pretty well. We're up to 56% and we shouldn't have too many more problems here, I think, assuming that nothing happens to end it inconclusively or anything like that. We also have a little bit of a peasant revolt down here in Malta, which it looks like our Duke of Sicily is raising troops to deal with. So hopefully he'll be able to do that. He will of course have to make an amphibious landing over here, which might not be ideal, but if he doesn't get it done, we'll take care of it later. Also, we have this faction, which is potentially something we should do something more about. We have our Chancellor working on our Duke of Sicily, who is probably our most powerful faction member here outside of Poland. In fact, he's more powerful than Poland. We could just put King, whatever his name is, I won't attempt to pronounce it, of Poland on our council. Let's see, we do have an advisor title available, so we can just do that. That would probably alleviate all of our concerns there immediately. We may as well. He's going to die fairly soon anyway, so we'll get the advisor title back. So that will force him off the faction, and should drop it below the dangerous threshold. Well, maybe not, we'll see. Especially if we go above speed 1. Yeah, still above 70, so let's see. I'm not sure we've bribed everybody here, so if they're not demanding too much, we'll do that. We have a decent amount of money available. Have we bribed you? We haven't. We'll do that as well. So if one of those guys leaves, this should be fine. Maybe they're not leaving, but we have fulfilled our ambition to groom an heir in young Roderick here, who's finished his education in the ways of war, but it turned out less well than expected. It's unfortunate for him, though he did sprout an amazing mustache on his 16th birthday. Let's see then, even though he's not going to be a good character himself, maybe we can get him married to somebody with excellent genes. And have him produce some talented offspring for us. Seems good. Okay, the smuggler's ring in Gowrie has been destroyed, which is good. I believe that's the one that lowers the building time and increases the cost, so we can go ahead and build some upgrades here if we want to. I would like to click and move this, but I guess I can't. It pains you to say there's a traitor in the realm. Let's see. Grand Mayor of Sinai. Alternatively, we can say that the evidence is nonsense and annoy our steward here. Well, the Grand Mayor isn't causing us any problems currently. Mostly because he's on the council, I guess. So we'll just take the minor opinion penalty with our Duke of Man, I think. Right, we want a siege. Let's get some of those upgrades started. I guess we'll just stick to the relatively cheap ones for the moment. Alright, so we still have stuff to siege here, so we can continue with that. Lithuania's army is heading back to Lithuania, it seems. Which is fine. Our vassal, the leader of the English revolt, has declared war on the King of England. So this is a second revolt in England, not simultaneous, but second in a short period of time. So I guess it's over his claim on England, the war for England. Well, he doesn't have a claim, but I guess it's a faction thing or something. Either way, our Chancellor has improved opinion with the Duke of Sicily. Alright, so he's out of the faction, so is Cairo, I think was the other person in here. So we still have Benevento and the Knights Templar, but between them they're only 32%, so this is not an issue right now. Which is good. The mercenary band that you hired a while back seems to still be in the region. Maybe you should invite the commander to a small feast. Sure. I don't really still understand the point of this event, because I've never been able to do anything about it, but I guess we have a new friend. Let me just keep an eye on the war here. 15% in favor of the revolt, so still not much progress there. I'm married to a woman I love, and it is such a blissful state. I wish everyone could experience love such as ours. It's such a stress relief. So we lose the trait stressed, which is excellent news. And our independence faction is dangerous again. Thanks to the King of England, I see. Well, we now do not have an advisor title to give away to him. He would be a decent spy master. Way better than our current spy master. Unfortunately, our current spy master is also a powerful king who we don't want to annoy. But I guess I was going to say I doubt that he would actually fire this revolt while he's in a civil war of his own, but of course he's not in charge of the faction. So I think it could still happen, and we could end up fighting him. So I guess now that Sicily's opinion has been improved, we can move our Chancellor over to England. If I can click on the right place. Let's see, what else can we do? Name him Master of the Hunt, and I suspect he'll want a pretty hefty bribe. Actually, 300 is not bad. I think we'll do that. And we have another peasant revolt in Tyrconnell. Alright, well hopefully our King of Ireland can deal with this. Though it looks like he might be outnumbered. He might be able to still beat them though if they split up their armies. I guess we'll see, and if he can't do it, we'll have to deal with it ourselves. Let's check on Malta, incidentally. Alright, we've inherited a county down here, which has put us over our domain limit. I guess we inherited more than one county. Just those two, is it? I guess that makes sense, okay. We inherited some retinue down here, which I'm actually just going to disband. Let's see then, who should we give these counties to? Oh, it was actually 3 counties, okay. We could just give them to Sinai, but I don't think we actually can. It turns out we can. I'm happy enough to do that, I think. If it turns out we can give them all of these. Let's start with Pelusia, because if we can only give him 1, I'd rather it be that. Alright, and let's try this one as well. I was pretty sure there's a limit on the number of counties you can grant to a merchant republic. Yeah, and apparently we have reached that. 10% counties and vassal republics. I see, so it's based on the total number of counties that we have, which I'm guessing then is 140, or thereabouts. So I'll have to grant this to somebody else. It's currently one of the holdings is being occupied by Sinai. Alright, that's the Hashashin, I see. Alright, well we'll just grant this to somebody else. In this case. In fact, I don't want to grant it to a second independent character, we'll just grant it to one of the adjacent mayors. Alexandria or Cairo? I think Cairo was previously in the faction, so maybe if we grant it to him, it'll keep his opinion high and should keep him out of any future factions. Makes the borders unfortunate, but I guess that's fine. We'll just avoid looking down there. And our vassal, the Prince Archbishop of Benevento, has usurped Apulia from King of Brittany. So the County of Apulia is, or the Duchy of Apulia, I thought was somewhere around here. Is it Longobardia? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we even ended up getting any land there. Anyway, the Kaiser proposes that his heir marries my daughter, which seems like a decent idea. I will accept. Our council power faction now is also powerful, so we should do something about this. This is mostly Scottish dukes and duchesses. Well, I guess we'll hand out more bribes. Really, it's the King of England here who's a problem. So if we could appoint him to the council, that would be good. Well, the peasant revolt there has been put down, which is nice. Well done, Ireland, if it was indeed you that took care of it. If Sicily would be similarly efficient at putting down the Maltese revolt, that would be nice too. But it seems like they're not actually doing anything about this. Maybe she just, or he just doesn't have enough boats to land the troops that he needs. Alright, we're up to 72%. Our kinsman Constantine has died of poor health. Let's see, he was married to a genius, produced 2 children, neither of whom are geniuses. Well done. I'm not saying his life was a complete waste of time, but let's just say he could have done better. Alright, we're getting more troop reinforcements, and there is a battle now between the revolt here and Sweden and Poland, or Sweden and Lithuania rather. So this could have an effect on the outcome of this war. Meanwhile, we're up to 77%. The revolt has lost. Alright, we have everything sieged in this county, not quite everything in this county. Though we could actually assault this and get this done right now. Then we could go fight Sweden's army and hopefully end this quite quickly. So that's 84. He's actually coming to attack us. Okay. I'm happy to let him do this and then reinforce the battle. Unless this is holy orders. in which case there won't be a battle. It's not, okay. So he crossed a river. We have slightly superior numbers, and we have 8,000 that will arrive in 9 days. So it should be a pretty easy victory here. So this is Genoa out of the defensive pact. Well, we'll see what happens to the defensive pact once we win this war for Sweden. Sheer revolt. Okay. In Axum. Well, that makes sense, I suppose. That's going to be fairly tricky for us to deal with. And I don't imagine our Duke of Axum is powerful enough to beat this many rebels. So we'll have to send some troops down. And that did get us 100% against Sweden, so let's enforce our demands here and see what happens. Alright, we've usurped the title, or our claimant has. So he is now the King of Sweden. So we are still going to have to take the County of Athol back from him at some point, but I think we should probably deal with these peasant revolts first. Let's see. Yeah, the Swedish revolt just ended inconclusively, that's fine. We didn't inherit any other wars or anything. And yes, this was what I was wondering about, the defensive pact. Our threat, incidentally, is up to 91%. We didn't quite make it to 100. So is it at 50% again for the claim on Sweden? It was. So I guess it's just 50% flat for Kingdom. Which is good to know. The King of Mali. And is this everyone we're going to get? Nope. Denmark. Yeah, maybe that's everything then. Everybody lies, and the courtiers in Gary are no exception. One of them dared to speak up and tell me I'm too cynical, and not everybody lies. Then I knew they all lied. Can't argue with that logic, I guess. Gilberto told me that not everybody lies. After he told me not everybody lies, I almost started laughing. I told him that if he could prove that, I would start believing in mankind again. So there is a 20% chance that we lose cynical. Oh, and we did. Okay. That's fine, I suppose. Word has reached me that an ambitious adventurer, Afsin, is gathering men for some sort of attack on my territory. He has a claim here. And here, which none of that is land that we actually control, but I guess we'll try to plot and kill him, though I don't imagine we'd have too much trouble fighting him. It would be easier if we could murder him before that's an issue, though. Seems unlikely. Anyway, let's do something about these revolts. Finally, the Maltese revolt is down to only 1,200 men. I don't think that he has been attacked by Sicily or anything. That's fine. I think we'll raise troops over here. Right, you have succeeded in your conversion, which is good. Move you along to the next county. Let's just see here. I assume you guys recover morale at sea up to 50%, right? So we'll wait till we have a bit more before doing our amphibious landing there. Let's also make sure we have good commanders. Okay, good enough. And we'll bring you guys back over here. And let's see, is 6,000 going to be enough to take care of this? Probably not. We can raise another 1,000 or so once we get down here. We can also raise troops from here, which is about another 1,000. I think that should be enough. Let's see, you're in the mountains. Perhaps we should bring a few more troops. Perhaps from Sicily. Yep, you can be commander. Alright, we'll get you guys merged up down here and get you ready to head south. They've actually lost a decent amount of men to siege events already, so they should be definitely manageable by the time we get down there. Even not counting the additional 1,000 or so we can raise once we get there. Alright, well, I think that's going to have to wait for the next episode because we're about out of time for this one, so thanks for watching, and join me again then.